Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's well. Sorry about that music. I know it irritates a lot of our guys. So yeah, apologies for that. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, just wanted to jump on briefly today, just for a couple of things really. One was to get our fans' input on our next protest. Some ideas to generate would be fantastic from you guys. Obviously, there's a lot of planning that needs to go behind it, and we want to open up to everybody to come up with some ideas which we think would be realistic and a possibility moving forward. Um, as well as that, we really wanted to thank everybody who attended on Sunday, and everybody, international fans that maybe at home that couldn't come to the game. Really wanted to obviously send our appreciations to everybody that got involved and made the march and the protest a reality, because ultimately, we don't really know what was gonna we didn't really know what was going to happen on Sunday. We did have optimism that we would have a good turnout, but I think we were quite overwhelmed with the support that it generated, and that's down to you guys. So, we want to keep pushing forward, with these protests to drive change for our great club. So that was one thing that I wanted to mention, and we all wanted to put forward as well. It was a big thanks to you guys. It is appreciated, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you again. And I'm going to pass you over to one of our co-hosts who wanted to have a brief chat. Heidi.
Hello, good evening. I just wanted to talk a bit about expectations because obviously I speak to you guys a lot day to day. I know there's a big buzz around Saturday, but and people always want the next big thing, the next big major event, and there's a lot of pressure. People saying, when are we going to protest next? Now, from our point of view, we don't go from one big event to the next because, as you can imagine, the logistics behind it to organise it will not happen in a week or 2 weeks. It takes 3 to 4 weeks because we have to liaise with the club, with the police, line up press interviews, all the amazing podcasts that you guys allowed us to come on to speak. That happens. So when you're giving us your ideas, when you think about like chuck ideas as what would really help sometimes if you think about how you're going to implement that and a strategy behind it, because obviously we spend a lot of time doing it, but if some of you guys can think about that too and pass it on, it would help a lot. Obviously we appreciate every single idea. Some of them we use, some of them I chat to you about, but also we need to look at resources that are needed when you're thinking about your plans and your ideas, because some of them, like the plane over the stadium, I'll be realistic, is never going to work to get, and it's too expensive. So when you're thinking about ideas, just have a little tweak. Um, and that's about it really from me.
Hey,
What's next? We will obviously, we've got a few plans in our mind, but obviously we're going to pick your brains too. And then we'll go from there. And that's about it.
yeah, and hey, just a quick one. Just obviously, whilst everyone's here, just on the response we had it was quite incredible, wasn't it, on Sunday?
What, from feedback from fans and people in
Fans
general?
and everyone that attended and made it happen.
Yeah, I think do you know what, it was a lovely experience for people. It was peaceful, it was respectful. We couldn't have asked for anything more. We must have had, about, the numbers are being chucked around vary. I was probably middle. I would say 2 to 3 would have been a fair number.
Hmm.
But we will do it again, but obviously it won't be something you'll expect in a week or 2 weeks. We'll probably look at something about April. But obviously in the
Yeah,
meantime, we are doing stuff behind
behind the
closed
scenes.
doors to put
Yeah.
pressure on the club, to put pressure on people. So don't think we're just sitting back and letting nothing happen. Stuff is happening all the time in the background. But your big events will obviously take a little bit longer.
Yeah, well said. And obviously, when Heidi was mentioning that, we will have a space next week, but we'll talk about that more next week on something that we're working on behind the scenes. So we'll update you a bit more once we get a bit more information on it. But it would be good to tune in to discuss that, because it's quite an important one. Okay, Christina, are you there?
I'm here. Do
Yeah.
apologise if my voice is a bit croaky, but yeah.
No, don't be silly. Again, obviously, what Heidi said, she speaks well all the time, doesn't she? She's such a good speaker. But obviously, thanking the guy, everybody that attended, and obviously, you wanted to have your say as well to everybody.
Yeah, just I can't get over it, to be honest. I'm still not over it with Sunday, how many people attended. And I just think in general, like with everyone's support, whether that be on podcast, on Instagram, Twitter, everyone just sharing like all their photos and just promoting the protest. Basically, it's been absolutely amazing, and all your messages and ideas. And we've got to remember, this is only the beginning. So this is just the first step, guys. So we want to push this on, and we want this to become bigger and better now. And this is going to be huge. We're trying to make this, it's going to be a positive thing. You've got to remember that for our club, and we want to show how much it means to us. So yeah, we're so overwhelmed with everyone that got involved, and everyone here that is listening right now as well. It wouldn't be the same if it was without you guys. So yeah, just keep going, and yeah, get everyone's thoughts.
Yeah, well said, Chris. Couldn't have said it better myself. So yeah, absolutely spot on with that. With everybody that joined in and shared and made it like a reality, shall we say? But I'm going to bring Billy in. Billy, just a quick one. Obviously, with regards to like being united as a fan base. Obviously, Sunday showed that, didn't it? I mean, I think I'll stand with you, and you had plenty of fans coming up and kind of say hello to you, and popular figure on X, and you speak really well. But yeah, obviously, that's really key to see the unity that was there on Sunday.
Yeah, man, and I think it just shows that we have a fan base now that has got appetite for change, man. We want to, people are bored of what we're going through at the moment. This has been probably the worst season that we've had in my lifetime, certainly up there as well. I've never really sat at, looking at Tottenham in a relegation battle, and it's only really the last couple of results which have got us away from that kind of conversation. We still could easily get dragged into it. So yeah, I think people have had enough, man. There's huge appetite out there, and the numbers that we got on Sunday was insane. So thank you very much for everyone. But yeah, let's reiterate that point that this is just the beginning. So, and while we're, planning the next big protest, and it will take a little bit of time, that doesn't mean we're not doing anything in the games in between. We've got plans for those games too. Obviously, we have to keep a lot of that under wraps at the moment. And if anyone has any ideas in the meantime, because we obviously got a couple of home games coming up, Man City, Bournemouth on the horizon, some sort of little things we can do. We're keen to hear those as well. Could I just put a ground rule in for tonight as well? No EastEnders spoilers, please, because I know we're going up against a big show tonight, so no EastEnders spoilers in the chat, please. That'd be very much appreciated. I know a lot of members are taping it tonight, so no EastEnders spoilers, please. Thank you.
Christine is dying out there to watch it, and I think Lyndon is too. The rest of us are like, whatever. But yeah.
It's well said. Yeah, good. Cheers, Billy. Yeah, great points there, mate. So always speaks really well as well.
And obviously, a lot of our things we have to keep under wraps, isn't it? Like we hiding us, right? In it, we can't. We do have plans though for.
We like to keep an element of surprise, because if it's all the same, it gets a bit boring. I mean, we need to keep the press engaged more than anything, because they are our, they're getting it out there more for everyone to speak. So if we're telling you what we're doing all the time, it's all over every social media, they go, oh, that's just nothing new. But if we pop up every now and again, they're like, well, what's that? So we also want to ask if anyone's got any wow factors they think we can add to it, just DM me. I'd rather you didn't discuss it openly, because we do like to act a little bit surprised. So just put those in the DMs and I'll look at them.
Yeah, well said. Thanks, Hardy, Billy. And like I say, obviously, I'll reiterate next week there's a space, but yeah, it's a big one to discuss what we were doing today. So it's one definitely to tune in for. Jay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, guys.
Yeah, hi, mate. Obviously, just wanted to get your points on Sunday, and obviously, I know that you wanted to obviously thank the fans as well and everyone that joined in, and obviously, I'll get to Lyndon and Al as well, and then once we've gone to those two, we'll open up to everyone else with regards to ideas for protests.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it speaks for itself. The one thing I think I speak for everybody who's been involved at sorting this out. Obviously, we asked people to put feet on the ground and be there. And people showed up. The international fans were just as big. They supported it from just as far. So from myself, thank you for coming, and hopefully the next one's bigger and has a bigger effect on the club, because you can tell this stuff's starting to bother them. And with the stuff that they're putting out, all of these standard bits in regards to potential takeovers, huge investments, blah, 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 we know it's bullshit. And obviously the next big protest, we ask the same thing, just you guys to show up. The support's fantastic, and making sure that you're getting your ideas into us, because that's one of the big things that we operate on, taking ideas on board and trying to put them into place for people.
Yeah, well said, Jay. And I think, again, to reiterate the points that you were making there, it's really important to know that obviously the international fans are well thought of, and just as important as everyone that, with feet on the ground, because obviously they all made their points as well. So it's really important to make that point. So well done on that. I'm going to bring Al in. Al, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
Hello, mate. Yeah, obviously, just going around to everybody, and the last person will be obviously Lyndon to have a brief chat about obviously Sunday and your thoughts, and obviously just obviously have a brief chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I'm not going to take up too much time because I think I'm pretty much going to echo what everyone else has said. And obviously, the most important thing tonight is to get all the fans' input. But yeah, I mean, again, just echo what everyone said. Just unbelievable turnout on Sunday. And I'm proud of all of you that turned up. I'm proud of all of you that even who couldn't be there but still promoted us and shared everything that we were doing. Proud of all of you. The CFT team as well. Like, I speak to you lot every day, and I know how busy we all are. And to have pulled off something of this magnitude was, I think I speak for everyone, was beyond all of our sort of wildest dreams. Right? We were kind of just chatting to each other and thinking, what the fuck is going on? I don't think it quite set in for any of us really at the time, until we got home. But yeah, again, just to follow on from Billy's point briefly, is this can't be the end of it. Obviously, it's an obvious point to make, but this has to be the beginning. I think Sunday was a bit of a perfect storm in many ways because we were 15th, right? So the appetite was definitely there because of that. So that made our planning easier in a way. But we have to remember that we didn't get to 15th by accident, right? This started from probably a long time ago. This started from when we were actually doing well. You could argue it started when we were second or third, and then we didn't sign anybody. Obviously, I don't want to keep banging on about that, but we've got to remember to hold the board to account and keep having the appetite for change. Just because we're doing well, if you call something out, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog snoring in the background, by the way, it's not me. I haven't bored my missus to death, I promise. But yeah, I mean, we've got to keep this up. We've got to hold the board to account. This wasn't 15th, wasn't an accident. This has been bad decision after bad decision. And yeah, I mean, call it out when it happens. I mean, none of us want to be miserable all the time about our club. I'm not saying to be miserable when we're doing well. But, if the board does make a bad decision, it's okay to call it out. As long as, I think we've showed, as long as it's been done respectfully, then fans are receptive to it, right? And I've been guilty in the past. We've all been guilty. None of us are perfect. We all get into sort of tit for tat battles with people. But yeah, I think we've shown now that if we can keep it respectful, start hitting people with facts and figures and evidence, and then you start having good conversations. And then I think it was Pookie the other night on the space, I don't know if he's here today, but he said something about the 20-60-20 split. I think that was bang on, because you've got sort of 20%, I think, who will never go against Levy. Then you got sort of the 60% who are kind of like umming and ahhing, they're not too sure. Then we got the 20% who are kind of done with him. The trust has been eroded, and he can't come back from it. So I think it's that 60%. If we keep things respectful, we keep up the awareness, we keep up the education on the finances, and we use evidence to make our points. I think this can only grow bigger and bigger, and that's kind of that 60% of the fan base, I think, is who we want to sort of not target, but we want to kind of show them that Levy and the board aren't pulling their weight. And long may it continue. I think it was, again, just thank you so much for backing it. Thanks to everyone who promoted it. Thanks for everyone who shared it. And yeah, let's keep it going.
And we send love to the dog, Al. Love it.
Oh, thank you.
So glad that was the dog snoring and nothing else.
Yeah, that's it. My points probably just went over everyone's heads apart from the story.
I didn't want to say anything. I was like, what's going on in the background there? But I thought, I'm glad you brought it to everyone's attention. I was a bit worried.
He sent the dog to sleep, but we love him. No.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be happy to know I'm muted now, so yeah.
Well said, Al. No, it's some great points. And I think, obviously, before I bring Lyndon in, obviously, what you're saying there is, I think a key factor was the respectability. It was a respectful protest. There might have been the odd one or two things that happened, but within, just silly things, but nothing happened untowards, which is what we asked for, and that was respected. And I think by doing that, you get your message across. And I think, again, another thing that's really important that we all say is that, this isn't just about CFT, this is about us as a fan base. We're all fans like you guys, and ideas. We all want to bounce off each other, and we all want change for our club. So we are here as fans because we want to see our club be successful. We want to see our club compete, and to have everybody on board, as many people as possible, is so important. So it's not just about us at CFT and this movement we're looking to create. It's about us as a group, like as fans. All around the world, we want to drive change and make sure that we can do it together as one, as united. So I think that was something that Lyndon has always been passionate about as one of the co-founders. So I'm going to bring him in to have a brief chat about that and just obviously speak about Sunday as well, and then we'll move on to requests and get people in for their ideas on the potential next protest. Lyndon,
hello, mate. Yeah. Hello, mate. You all right? Hello, everyone. Yeah, there's not really sort of too much that I can really sort of say than what everybody's sort of said already, really. Just the fact that personally, absolutely blown away by the turnout on Sunday. I mean, I certainly didn't expect the kind of numbers to what turned up. I mean, I got there a little bit early-ish, and there was probably a few hundred people there already. So yeah, just once again, thank you every single body that sort of turned out on Sunday. Like all the guys have said, it's all about awareness and coming together. So, if people haven't heard about Change for Tottenham, tell them that they can get involved as well. Tell them that they can have an input with an idea as well and get them involved, because realistically and ultimately, it's about every single one of us. So the more people we've got together, the more I think we can drive this forward.
Absolutely, mate. Well said, because it's not limited just to us. It's open to everybody, and that's why we have this space here today, because we want to open up about this process, and if people have got some ideas that we can look to put in place, and if we can action them, that's what we're here to do. So, it's a big thing for us as fans, and obviously to put something in place will be massive for everybody moving forward. I think Billy wanted to have a quick conversation about something. So, Billy, you there before I bring everyone else in?
Yeah, man. I'm just keeping an eye on the Twitter, and I know myself and H had little questions this week about the same thing, about the scarves. So
the
I
scarves.
can see a few people commenting about the scarves as an idea for the next protest and the next games. H, you want to say a little bit more on that? Because I know you get this question quite a lot on the Twitter as well, and I know I certainly do. So what's the crack with the scarves?
We are in contact with people who are sorting it out. It's a matter of them getting delivered and then telling me when they're available.
They're not us, are they? By the way,
we don't have any association with them at all. The only thing I have reiterated is we are going to need a hell of a lot, because obviously as well, we think it's a great visual thing. We have looked into getting them done ourselves. Logistically, we don't have the time to do it. So it's another avenue we're exploring. If anyone's into scarves, drop me and come to my DMs, because we are going to need a lot. I cannot alliterate how many people ask us daily, all day long.
There's 100 there on Sunday.
Media.
They sold out in about 5 minutes, and that 100 went in like that. So
yeah, I honestly, I reckon we probably need about 1,000, and that's being realistic. They would probably go, but it's logistics of getting them sorted, finding it, supplies, and anything else. But if anyone's into scarves, just drop us a DM. I mean, we can sort it and go from there.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to sort it, but they're not affiliated with us officially, but we're definitely support them, because I think it looks sick.
It was something that will help us as well, to be honest with you, because
definitely.
if everyone got, the banners and the flags have to be approved by the stadium for health and safety regulations. That's just standard wherever you go. So, if everyone's wearing a scarf, no one can take it off you. So visually, if you've got those all wearing in the stand, you're supporting it, and everyone knows. So you look good.
Yeah, well said, guys. And anything else to add to that?
No, I will let you know about the scarves, because I keep replying soon, but I will just let everyone know when they come.
Obviously, just to mention, Heidi does a lot of, she does all of the
day-to-day stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, behind the scenes, bless you, because obviously I know you get asked these questions all the time, so we don't get to see it as much. I mean, some of us may jump in, but Heidi does do the majority of it, so fair play to you for that, because I can imagine you have to respond to quite a lot. So, yeah, it's good to get it out there, that fans know where, will potentially know where they're going to be coming from, as and when we get that information. Right, I'm going to add in Johnny H, who's been waiting. Obviously, it would be great to get your ideas on the next process and what you've got to say and so forth. And then I think we've got a few others that we'll add in, but obviously we're going to look to finish around 9 o'clock is the plan. So we'll try and get through it as quickly as possible. But Johnny, I'm about to add you in now, mate. Are you there, Johnny? Johnny, are you there?
How you doing, guys? I'm all right. And listen, guys, fantastic job done by all of you. Listen, obviously I know some of you. I know Billy, I know Christina and Jay and a few others, but I don't know all of you. Al, fantastic. Big up to the dog. It was keeping me amused. I was concentrating on what you were saying as well. But listen, I think the best visual thing, I don't want to repeat it because I know a lot of people out here want to have their word and have
No,
their say.
please do,
But
Jay. That's
I
what
think the scarves, it's a funny thing because I've been going on about, they're going on about having tifos and all the rest of it at the stadium. Simple thing is a scarf. Back in the day, that's all you had, right? You
100%.
went there with your blue and white scarf and you held it up and the whole stand would be blue and white. And I honestly think if you had like on the 24th minute to symbolize the 24 years and everyone was holding up those scarves. Well, I can't tell you, I was lucky enough that when I was at the Liverpool game, a guy said, "Oh, I saw you, I know you leave you out and you do YouTube and stuff, will you take my scarf and use it?" So I have, and like you were saying, Heidi, you've probably been inundated, but I think 1,000 could be conservative.
It's basically getting suppliers. It's like,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
can say to the guy, it's not my money, I'm not fronting it, so it's hard
Yeah.
for me to say,
Yeah.
can you order this? But I'm saying the demand is there. And obviously with logistic wise, you can imagine we've all got full-time jobs. We looked into
100%. Yeah.
doing the scarves. It would not be funny, guys. It would fall on me again to do on top of life, work, and this. I can't do it.
What if it was
It's not
direct,
easy.
Heidi? What happens if, like, the
we
guy
looked
was
at we looked at drop shipping. I'd have to set up a website. We've looked into it extensively. But if anyone can do scarves, we will push it out there because people want them. Because I think the guys can do a certain amount, but I think the demand is too high. We probably need someone else. Now, you can get them on Chinese websites made up. They take about 10 days to deliver. The option's there. But we do need help on this because we cannot do it alone. So that's one thing I
Yeah.
would ask for.
Yeah, no, I think I wasn't sure whether the person who was selling them, if they had a link to their site and they actually had them, then they would
No,
be selling them.
they just order them as and when they need them. So
I
they're
got you.
I can't understand. They can't go and drop $5,000 on scarves.
No,
Do you know
absolutely,
what I mean?
absolutely not.
But
Absolutely not.
if everyone could find they're quite easy to mock up. I can send links to people how to do it if they want to do it. But logistically, time wise, I cannot physically do it on top of everything else I'm doing. Sadly.
Well, listen, you've done a fantastic job, all of you, and no movement started with thousands, and yet we started with, I would say comfortably 2,000 there on Sunday. So long may it continue, and all the other bits and pieces you've done. You've done a fantastic job. I just think the scarves visually, I think majority of the people that were there were from the South Stand. I mean, I might be wrong, but I would say the majority of the people there were from there. So visually, like I said, I think that would have the best impact
100% agree
without
with you.
causing any trouble.
Yeah, 100%
Even
agree
in the
with you.
pictures, you could see everyone holding them up, and it looked amazing. Like, I think it's such a great idea if we could get
Correct,
loads more.
100%. That's probably the cheapest and most visual thing, and something that is not a massive commitment for people to make either financially to go and buy one. And judging by the fact that everyone's trying to take my one off around my neck, and Billy saw them sell out the 100 in no time, says it all really. But listen, thanks for having me on, and
No, Johnny, thank you,
keep
mate.
up the good work,
Thank
mate.
you.
Really good points there, Johnny. So thank you for
Cheers.
that. And
All
the
right.
scarves is a great idea. So thanks for
Great to
coming
see
on.
you as well, Johnny.
Cheers, take care. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, some good points there, to be fair, with the scarves. I think that is feasible. I mean, we will look into that, definitely. As
I've
Heidi
looked
says,
into it all week. Believe me, guys, it's under control, but we need more help.
Yeah, please reach out to us, please.
Yeah.
Scarf people. There must be some scarf people, right? That's a thing. That's a job, right? A scarf person.
Well, you just got to go on Alibaba website and get it mocked up and sent over. It's someone can do it, or they can DM me and I'll tell them how. Anyway, next.
Bill, aren't you off this week? Can't you start knitting?
I might get to it, mate. I might get to it.
All right, next caller. Sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Steve, I'm going to bring you in, and there's a couple of. I think we've got three after that. We've got Connor, Danny, and Ere. So we'll try and get you three in as well. Like I say, we're here till 9 o'clock. So Steve, we're about to add you in, buddy. Steve, you there? Hello, mate. How are you?
What's going on? You all right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
good. How are you?
evening.
Hello. How's it going? Right. Just a few points that I wanted to make. That with regards to the protest, obviously it was really it was beyond our wildest expectations. Like what it amassed to, it was kind of crazy. So thanks for you guys and everybody else that helped and supported. There's a few things that I want to raise, if at all possible. You know, when you are doing these, please be mindful of the kickoff times that you're going to do it. So on a Sunday at 2 o'clock, the early Sunday kickoffs, is pointless doing it, because on TV coverage wise, that is going to go straight on to the 4 o'clock kickoffs and they don't cover nothing. Yeah. So just be mindful of that. And if you are going to do a protest, try and do it on a day that we do have a TV kickoff.
We're fully aware of this. That's why we picked the last game, because it'd be the coverage, and also Sky in the studio.
And obviously Monday night football is going to be great, but people aren't going to hang around Monday last trains home. So it's kind of be a Friday 4 p.m. kickoffs are going to be ideal.
Midweek games, we would probably never do mass protests. They would probably be something we would just do. Well, we won't discuss, but midweek would always be logistically impossible with people working, getting there on time. So we'd always go for the weekend games when we're doing mass protests. That would be
Yeah, perfect. And also a suggestion for you guys. I don't know if you've ever seen or watched European football. I've watched quite a bit. I've watched quite a bit of European football, and they actually, in protest against the owners, they always wave white flags or white handkerchiefs. Obviously, handkerchiefs, because what people are going to do is they end up going to tie them and throw them on the pitch. You'll get a stadium ban for doing something silly like that. But
we don't advocate anything like that. I kind of think the tissue idea. I kind of thought and I thought white paper. You know what's going to happen there. It's kind of obvious.
Or alternatively, if you can get white flags, there's nothing else on the flag. That automatically, anyone who knows like world football, that's associated with a grievance against the board.
Yeah.
So it's just a suggestion. And also, guys, I put out a video, right? And I'm just going to double check this, right? Because I was with Lyndon on the protest on Sunday when I had the banner out on my stand. Like I had it out before the game at halftime, and then obviously at full time. I had full support from everybody in and around me, and there was people queuing up, and they said, "Can we hold it? Can we help? Do you want to take do you want to take a break from holding it up?" Because obviously people's arms were hurting holding it that high.
After a while, yeah.
Yeah. So then when I walked over, there was a lady, I'm not going to mention staff members' names. The head steward in that area was lovely, and she was so supportive, and she said, go round to the other side, and if they refuse you entry, go and say my name. I then proceeded to walk, and I told you that they were going to shut down the shutters in all of them, bar 251 and 252. All the shutters were closed down. Now, what I did is I was then met at 252, and I said, and I got their consent. I said, if you don't mind, I am going to record, and and are you okay with me recording you? I just want to just make sure just to confirm, you're refusing or denying me entry into the stadium. And then she said, yes, go ahead, record it if you want to record it. Then one of the guys who's kind of got caught in the video, he is a member of staff.
Yeah, that's me. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Karen's did.
So there was a member of staff who got caught like in the crossfire, and he came in and he goes, "You can't stop them from entering the stadium." Right now, I'm gonna find out, because I've got people that work in gate 23 and gate 22. I've got him on video, and I'm gonna say, has that person lost his job? Because if he has lost his job, I will start a mass petition to get him reinstated.
I don't think he would have, but you just know. But it's good to find out.
I will find out.
I think sometimes the little guys don't speak to the big guys, and they just kind of follow orders. But ultimately, they can't stop you from going in there after the game's ended. But we all knew they would.
Yeah.
We did.
Thanks,
So yeah, that's all. I was just going to raise those few points. Yeah, if you guys need any a hand on anything, just give me a shout. I'm more than happy to help at any time.
100% we will. We've got everyone that, you know, when people help out, we reach out to you. If people want to do anything, just reach out to me, because as we grow, we're going to need more people. 100%.
No drama. All right, guys.
Thank
Thanks for having
you.
me on. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks for coming on, mate. And some great
All right,
points
man.
as well. It's much appreciated.
All right, bye.
Cheers, buddy. Bye bye. Next person to jump on, Connor. I'm about to add you in. Should be coming on any second. Connor, are you there? Connor, are you there? Hello. Don't think he's there. Connor, last chance. No, okay. Maybe.
I think you just got to unmute him. He's muted currently.
Is it? No, I think he unmutes himself. Let me try again.
Oh, yeah, he's here now. Hi, Connor.
Connor, you there?
No, he's listening. He's not requested. He's gone.
Okay. I've invited him. Smart. He is definitely gone. Right. Next person is Danny Boyle. About to add him in now. Oh, Connor, are you there? Connor?
No, he's muted again.
I don't know why he's muted, but okay. I've got no idea. He should unmute himself. That's the thing. Right, I'll get on to
Right,
Danny.
Connor, we will come back to you,
Yeah.
Connor. We'll figure it out. We'll move it
Connor,
along.
we will definitely hear from you today, mate. We'll definitely hear from you. Right, Danny, I'm about to add you in. Hopefully, you know how it works. Danny, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go. Come on, we've got someone. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, not bad.
Good,
not
man.
bad, thanks.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no point me reiterating what's already been said. I want to do agree with Steve, however, regarding the Sunday 4:00 kickoffs. I think that's the ideal time that you would want to organise a next protest, because people are in their homes more often than any other time, and they're in pubs. You know what I mean? It's a perfect time. I don't know if it's 4:00, 4:30, but one of the two.
Yeah, it is. I think we're kind of waiting for the TV schedule, because that plays a massive part in us planning stuff, because until that's confirmed, we can't say, yes, we can do that game. So I think we'll kind of look out. I think probably March, probably April time, I reckon. Look at those fixtures and see what happens then.
Yeah, and you know, regarding the trust, I wouldn't even give them the time and energy, because at the end of the day, you know, they haven't even.
Can I? Sorry, Danny, I want to interrupt you. That
No,
we are going to hold a space on this next week, because there is a big logistical reason behind what we're doing out there, to hold people accountable for certain failings over the years. So I saw your comments, Dan. I understand them, but there is a massive reason why we're doing it. And I think next week we're going to hold a space and explain why we do the things we do. So to some people it might seem pointless, but if you look at the strategic plan behind it, it might make sense. But I think that would be a whole pod or a space next week to discuss it, because it's quite in depth.
Fair enough. But yeah, like I said, you know, the last time Change for Tottenham done this space, you know, keep it consistent, keep it persistent, and keep it professional, you know, and don't give them a split second, not to mention a second, to throw a card and say, oh, look what he said, look what she said, you know, keep it, you know, keep your eye on the prize, basically.
Yeah. This is you'll see that I'm the one out there all day, every day, speaking to people. So I'm very hot on what we put out there and how we come across and how we engage with people. So it's kind of why I kind of stamp out any kind of inter-arguments on my timeline, because we have to be respectful.
Yeah, because you know yourself, as I'm sure most people, if not all people in this space know, the minute you step out of line, you're done.
Oh, 100%. People are waiting to pounce. I'm fully aware of that. So that's why I'm very hot on it.
So keep level-headed, folks, would be my advice.
Yeah, Dan.
Great point, Dan. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
No, thanks for coming on to make some great points.
Thank you.
So,
no worries. Up the Spurs.
Take care, buddy. Right, we'll go on to the next person, Eray, who's been waiting to speak. I'll get him on now. Eray, you there? Eray, you there?
Yeah, hello.
How are you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming
on. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you. I'm doing all right. Hope you guys are all right as well. Hope you have a
good,
fantastic Thursday.
Thank you.
Yeah, I only joined in the space from the scarf thing, so I don't know. I don't really know what's been touched on mostly. I wasn't at the protest on the weekend, sadly. I mean, I overslept, a bit of a rough night,
Oh,
but
bless you. We've all been there.
no, but yeah, I'm really glad that the movement, the protest, has really sprung up in the way that it did. I was in the protests in 2021, like during the COVID pandemic, and it was a very small crowd, and it was very disorganized. Like I could tell, it was more of a meet up. It was more of a gathering than like a normal like protest with a simple objective. Even when I went there, I just felt it. And the protests on Sunday, from what I could see, like in the videos and photos and everything, it was massive. Couldn't congratulate you guys enough, and I hope there's more things like this
Yeah,
as
100% there will be.
as the days goes on. I just wanted to address an issue. Sorry, I'm priced out of games. I can't afford to go to any, even if it's a category C game. I can't go there without having to, like, with the beverage prices in mind, like transport, everything else. It's not just a ticket price. You have to
It's
factor in everything
everything.
else. I can't go and express my anger towards Levy. As much as I hate him, I cannot do that. Even if I bought the scarves, even if I, put in stickers or anything everywhere like that, even if I voiced my anger, like said every curse word under the sun to Levy, I can't do that. The only games that I went to were the cup games, and I feel like we've kind of, apart from the Europa, we've kind of lost that luxury now. So I feel like there's a problem, and it's not just me, by the way. There's plenty of other people that's been priced out, plenty
This
of
is
people that don't like Levy, plenty of people that want to boycott, like not boycott, but like simply not want to go to Spurs games because of the fact that it's benefiting Levy and no one else.
we're
So sorry.
Yeah, so we're 100% aware of this, and this is why sometimes we're putting extra pressure on the trust, because we feel like nothing has been done regarding ticketing and pricing out fans.
Yeah, no,
Obviously, we are trying to push or have a discussion. Maybe obviously it's out of our depth currently, but fully
I know.
aware for junior concessions, young persons. It's a massive issue for our club culture going forward, because the younger fans aren't going to be able to afford to go to get that drive to want to go in their adults. So we're going to end
Mm,
up with no identity and day trippers, because it's not going to
it,
be
it,
something they're going to do. So we're
I
fully aware of that.
I absolutely agree. I feel like within Spurs, like we need to create like some sort of a subculture, uh, like how you've seen with Manchester United with Glazers out. We have a laugh or two with like United fans for like quote unquote going with Norwich scars like on their neck, but
Yeah,
they've really made their point like around the world. Like if you see a United fan with a yellow and green sort of thing scarf, what they represent. It's like a symbol without having to say
100%.
who you
And there was
represent.
yeah,
We
and there
need
was an
to have that.
FSA. Yeah, and there was an FSA. I'm sorry, guys, I'm very tired. Report, it's been a long week. Report this week and said the massive issue that everyone has across the Premier League and all of football is ticket pricing. So it's a
Yeah,
huge issue out there. And it's something we will explore in the future. Is maybe, clubs uniting and fighting for it, because I don't think it's just our club issue. I think it's a whole Premier League issue. So
yeah,
that's
definitely.
something to look into.
It's a whole Premier League issue, but it's like us and Arsenal that have the biggest like prices in
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
Premier League. It's becoming a joke now, and honestly, like I mean, I'm not saying that like I really don't want to sound cynical, but I've really like kind of lost hope in the trust really in terms of getting things done. They were supposed to get things done a long time ago. With the stadium costs, I feel like the cost is being you know uh, diverted to us in terms of prices. I feel like we're paying off the debts
100%.
in the stadium. You know, no one should have to pay £90 to watch an North London derby, or even like Chelsea or anyone like that. Especially in the way that we've been playing this season, like no one should have to pay that or even more.
And obviously, we're fully aware that there may be a ticket increase. We were keeping eyes. I think it was the 11th of March. Is it around that time? March time
maybe
it comes out?
15th, I think.
Yeah, around that. Yeah, 15th. So we're aware that that might happen. So we're keeping a close eye, and obviously we will react accordingly.
Yeah. Hopefully something changes, because I know it's always the inflation excuse, like they always keep churning out every year. But no,
There is no
I really
excuse
hope it's a change.
except profit. So that's the only answer there.
Ere,
Exactly. Yeah.
I must say, you speak really well, and I think the points you make resonate with quite a lot of fans. So
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on and making those points, because, like I say, sometimes they can be forgotten. But certainly, obviously, the way you're speaking, like I say, I think a lot of fans feel the same way, and yeah, and that's why we're pushing for change. So we appreciate you coming on, mate, and making that point.
Thank you. It's lovely speaking with you.
That's right. Thank you. I just want to, like, because this really means a lot to me, because I live local. I was born in Tottenham. I used to grow up in Tottenham, and not, and I live in Muswell Hill now. It's 3 miles out, and like it really just upsets me seeing that this is the way that Tottenham's going, and I've been priced out of the club that I love.
And you live so locally, it's insane, isn't
I
it?
live so locally as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can essentially see the ground from my house, really. But yeah,
it's such a valid point. It's exactly what we were saying before last week on the other spaces, like with just the history of like how fans have from their family been supporting Tottenham, and now it's just dying down now because of the ticket prices, and even the seniors, it's completely ruining the club, the whole history of it. So yeah, no, it's very good points there, and yeah, we'll definitely take on everything you've said there.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, buddy. Appreciate it.
That's right, man. Thank you.
You
Good
take
luck
care.
with
Have a lovely
everything.
evening.
Cheers. You too. Take care.
Take care. You make some great points there, Ray, to be fair. So
No, it's really good. It's conversations I have quite a lot with the younger people, because I know people go on about the senior concession, but also equally our younger fans are struggling, because we all know what the cost of living and life is like currently. So that is an issue. Anyway, let's move on.
Move on. Right, Jack Mello has been waiting for a while, so I'm going to get Jack on. Hopefully, I'm about to add you as a speaker now, buddy, so you can get your points across. Jack, are you there?
Thank you, mate.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear you, Jack? How you doing?
Good. 2 seconds, boys. Sorry. Oh. Hello. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
First and foremost, I want to thank you all for what a great job you're all doing.
Appreciate that.
I think the turnout on Sunday was a lot better than people were expected.
I think we were shocked. So yeah, it was amazing.
And I'll be completely honest, my outlook on everything, what do you want to do next? Honest opinion, keep it the same. Don't fix something that's not broken.
100%.
For me personally, I don't think people expected us to get the numbers we got. There was probably a lot of people out there who were maybe sceptical. And
Jack, you there?
Don't know, I can't hear him.
No, he's gone, bless him. If he comes back on, we'll add him on. I think obviously he's getting to the point of obviously don't change something that doesn't need to be fixed. Is a good point, but I think
that's why we always reiterate we don't make rash decisions. We're not going to just say we're doing this now and jump on board, because ultimately there's 62,000 people in that stadium, 2,000 to 3,000 turned up. So logistically, we've got a lot of work to do.
Absolutely, yeah. Right, I'm going to get Alex on, and then I've got a few others who have requested. So we'll speed it up because we haven't got too much time left. So Alex, I'm about to add you in, mate. Hopefully you're there. Just connecting now. Alex, you there? Alex?
Who's got to unmute his speaker?
Yeah, he's got Alex, you there? You've got to unmute if you want to speak. Doesn't look like he's there. Okay. Unfortunately, we'll have to get him on next time.
Go on then.
Next one, I've got Hayden and then YRN Toki. I'll get you on after. So Hayden, I'll get you on, and then we'll get the other guy on afterwards. Hayden, you there? Hayden?
Hello?
Hello, Hayden? No. Okay.
I don't know. Does the lock account mean we can't hear him? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a strange one. I thought it was. I think they have to obviously unmute themselves. So right, YRN Toki, I'm about to add you in as a speaker. If you want to put your point across, hopefully you're there. Hi, buddy, you there?
Yay, bingo.
Oh, brilliant. I've only got a brilliant what you're doing. I've got one thing to say, and that's Liam Delap, ole ole.
Thank you.
Liam Delap, ole ole.
Well done, mate.
Liam Delap, ole ole.
Thanks.
That's brilliant. Love
Right,
that.
who's next?
Yeah, who's next? Does that mean we're going to say, has he got the inside info that we're going to sign him?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Where's he gone?
I don't know. I'll get him to finish. I'll get him to finish at 8 to 9. I'll get him on. He can sing it. He can sing us off.
Yeah, good idea. Who's next?
Next one is Carpo. I'm about to add you in, and then we've got a couple more, and then we'll finish for around 9 o'clock. Carpo, you there?
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
How are you all?
Hey.
Good, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you very much. And more importantly, how did we all feel on Monday morning? I got out of bed with a bounce, I must say. I was absolutely beaming.
Shattered, mate. Absolutely shattered.
Yeah,
Ew.
but that's the way we should feel that way, Heidi. It was such a great afternoon. Myself and my wife came over. We didn't go to the game, but we came over to join the protest.
Oh, bless you.
Amazing.
And it felt so worth it. I was absolutely buzzing. Just a few things I want to raise. I know other people want to talk, so I'll try and be quick.
Yeah, no problem.
General observation with regard to Lordship Lane, I thought it was fantastic. As soon as we started singing the Spurs songs as well as Levy Out, I think that gained a lot of traction. I was looking from the steps, and a lot of people walking along the high road basically started joining in as soon as the Spurs song started. I think people felt at home, sort of thing.
Can I interrupt you there?
Go ahead.
We were thinking for our next protest, right? We wanted, because obviously the chants were so mixed and all over the place. What we would love is a drummer and some people to lead the chants from the front, middle, and the back, so it's unified. Because that would sound better. So if anyone out there can help us with that, drop us a line. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, great point, H. Yeah, go.
No, that is good. What's that, Ola? Yeah. The two things I'd say. I'll just mention, Heidi, with regard to Johnny talking about scarves. I think it's a fantastic idea. Maybe caps as well. Caps are more easily made.
I've looked at. You can actually order those on eBay because I'm not eBay, Amazon.
Yeah.
You can actually go on Amazon and you can do it yourself. You can just put.
I wonder if you could share artwork for us to go and actually obtain them. It's just an idea.
Yeah, do you know that is something easy for us to do because we can do the graph. We've got loads of people that work with us. We can actually do a design if someone want to go and put it on a cap. Because Dan actually laughed at my idea when I sent in caps ages ago. If you remember,
I did.
he took the mickey out of them. Went, no one's going to go
me
for
up
that.
there. Can't believe it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm an old man as well. There you go.
I said I'd wear one to hide out the way. But yeah, we can look in designs for caps because they're quite easy. Because Amazon, I've looked at that and what we can actually order because most of those come in 5 to 7 days. But yeah, cool.
I run a small oven cleaning business in Harlow, and I know a supplier that makes caps up. So you was talking about the scarves earlier on. Heidi, I'll send you a message tomorrow with regard to this, and I'll see if I can get some quotes.
Yeah, WhatsApp me because I am out all day, so I won't be on the app. So if you send me a WhatsApp, I'll pick it up.
No worries at all. One final thing.
Go for it, mate.
Levy and Enoch. We're gaining a lot of good publicity. Just be warned, there will be a backlash. It's going to be coming.
100%. But also, we're upping our pressure on other board members, which you'll find out in the next week or so. So we're fully prepared for it.
No, that's good. And I thought the letter to the THST was amazing. Really, really good. Making them accountable for speaking on our behalf, basically. So well done on that as well.
Yeah,
but
I'll say about Carpo. One of the guys behind Roots has a lot to do with stuff like that, and he's not here today, but he does a lot of that stuff in the background. And credit to him with regards.
Really well articulated that was. It was really good. But thanks again, everyone, for the amazing effort you're putting into changing our club.
Much appreciated.
I would say thanks, Carpo, but I'm not going to hear the end of Heidi now going about these caps. So
literally,
always listen to the women. You'll never get it wrong.
No, thanks for coming on.
I always win in the end. Don't worry.
Cheers, buddy. Take care. Okay, all right. We won't mention caps, H. All right, we'll get these speakers. We got 2 left. We have got that wire in Toki, who I think was singing Liam Delat, but we might miss him. So if we've got a bit of time, I might get him on to sing.
I think we've got to go back to Jack, haven't we? He's back.
Yeah, we've got to go back to Jack. That's what I'm going to do now, and then Johnny, and then we'll look to finish. From there. So Jack, I'm about to add you in, mate. Hopefully you're there. Jack, you there? Hello, mate.
You're back. Yay.
Jack.
Hello.
Can hear ya.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Hello. How are you? Okay?
Yeah,
We're
good,
good.
good. Yeah, sorry we lost you earlier, so obviously getting you back on to make your point.
No, listen, appreciate it. I've had an absolute nightmare of the phone, mate. Stinker.
No,
Bless you.
But listen, first and foremost, like I said earlier on before I cut out, I want to thank you boys and girls are doing a fantastic job.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Getting our voices heard is what's needed. My point earlier on about don't fix something that's not broken.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of people before the protest was maybe a bit sceptical
100% they were.
about how many numbers would turn up. We was probably thinking a few hundred. It was a bit, do you go, do you not? It was almost, there's a lot of people sitting on the fence. I think the amount of people that were standing there on the side videoing, not knowing whether to, should we get involved, should we not? It was a bit one of them.
Yeah.
I think now we've had the first one and we've had a couple of thousand, which I think blew everyone away. I think those people that are sitting on the fence will then join in. So let's say, for example, we had 2,000 on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You do another one, you might get 4,000.
Yeah.
And gradually, it's a snowball effect. Then
Yeah,
you'll get the more
It's
people
a
you
warm
see
up.
doing it, more people will
and there's
join in,
plenty
and then that's how you get exactly that.
and there's plenty of
Because
people
at
that
the end,
said they will come along the second time and they weren't sure. So we're yeah, it will grow. So that's good.
100%. Because also, I know people will speak about, as you mentioned earlier on, about all this helicopter rubbish and all that.
No.
It's unrealistic.
100% it is. That's why I
Your
was
voice
like,
is not going to
no.
be heard with
Jack.
a little banner flying over a stone.
Jack, just a question to you, mate, while I've got you.
Go on.
So with regards to obviously the march and stuff like that, I know obviously you're on
Yep.
social media. Have you got friends that aren't on social media that are aware of what happened on Sunday, or because like that's one thing.
I've been getting up a lot of my. Listen, I'll be honest. Out of all my friendship group, I'm probably one of the only Spurs. But I've been getting everyone message me saying, because like I was on social media with my flag and so on. So I've been on BBC and the Sun.
Oh, amazing.
Amazing.
But I've
Love
had
that.
people message me saying, "Is this you? This is you?" But that's how you get your voice heard.
Exactly.
So I think
100%.
don't fix something that's not broken. I think the next time, listen, because also what we need to realise is, the more big you get, the club are going to try and stop everything and try and put obstacles in the way to try and stop what you want to do and what we want to do.
Yeah.
They can't. They're limited to what we can do with this because it's
Our
outside the
massive
ground.
obstacle will be the board because they don't listen.
100%.
They don't listen to fan groups as it is. So
100%. Listen, we
I think
realised
listen
that with
to
the
us.
balloons. We wanted the balloons. They started popping the balloons. But as soon as you go to enter those turnstiles, you're limited to what you can
Yep.
do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
our voice can be heard outside the ground. So I think what happened on Sunday,
Mhm.
I think that can turn into a snowball effect. And then for me personally, let's do it again. I know it obviously takes you lot a few weeks
We will be doing it
to
again.
get everything. 100%.
It
I
will
think
be
don't.
a while.
And I think because there's probably a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes that we don't see. We just turn up and have a sing song and wave our
No,
flag
do
and
you
have
know
a
what,
good day.
Jack? You say that, yeah, we do work behind, but you know, to get up and have the effort and make the effort to come and do it is just as big, you know. So yeah, we do work behind the scenes, and it, you know, to get it set up. There are
I've gone grey.
logistics.
It's fine.
No, listen,
Hey,
don't worry, I'm grey and I'm
mate, you can wear a
25
hat.
years
You
old,
can
so
wear a
it's
hat.
all right.
Don't worry, you can hide
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to get one of
But,
the hats.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
But no, listen, I think that's the way forward. To start off and to get your voice heard, I don't think there's a better way. We don't need to, because also, what can you do? There's very things you're limited that, as you said, before you go into that ground, we tried it with the balloons. You
Yeah.
had stewards popping the balloons.
I think it would be our
You-
banners have been approved and the scarves will be the
But they're the two main things.
they will be
As
the
long as you've
visuals
got
we
them,
want for the stadium because we know we can get them in there and that's fine.
perfect.
So
We
if
have
we
got a
can,
few things in the pipeline. Obviously, we still need to discuss and see obviously how realistic and what we can do. But we are speaking obviously about other things. But yeah, as we say that what happened on Sunday, we will look to do that again as well. So
100%. And I think once you do that, I think what let's say on a rough estimate, we had 2,000 people. I think the next time you do it, you'll see that probably 3,500. It'll be, and there will be a lot more people now. Will see the traction it got and thought, actually, my voice
it's a
can be
nice
heard.
social gathering as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what as
And everyone's
well? I was actually really surprised actually how many young people were there as well. So it's even like if you're worried about stuff like that, it's not meant to be like
100%.
it's
100%.
family friendly. So yeah, like even stuff like that, if people are aware,
Love
like
dogs, I don't know where Lolly's.
you know,
Love the dog.
yeah.
And also, I think for me personally, I think listen, people may disagree, people may agree, but if you're in the stand now, it's not the old White Lane. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
If you sing, you've got people. There's a tourist, people there for a day out. People are looking at you, and it's all people are sort of umming and ahhing. But there, as everyone was there for the same motive, for the same objective. You're surrounded by like-minded people, and that's what you want.
Yeah, it's a great point, mate. That you make. It's a really good.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's exactly in the stadium now. It's a bit of a people are umming and ahhing. Should I get up and try and chant? It's like people are looking at it because it's not a football stadium anymore.
No,
It's a venue.
I agree with you there.
People are coming here for a tourist attraction, and but what people don't realise is this ground has been built through the funds that they received through the old White Hart Lane, which was a football ground. They would never be in this position if it wasn't for the old White
This is
Hart
why
Lane.
we always say we were here first. So we
Exactly,
need to,
as the great Keith Birkinshaw said, there was once a football club here.
100%.
It was that's what people forget, and we need to get people to soon start realising that.
Yeah.
And then I think the more people realise that,
I think
the
that's
more our voice can be heard, and we
great
can
point
move
again.
forward.
And obviously, just to reiterate about the protest, I think one of the reasons why it went well, and everybody mentioned, was it was like a family affair. There were children there. I mean, I think
And it's the best way to be.
There were people with dogs. I think the dogs were. I think I saw that in the paper. But
they were
I
my
think that's
favourite.
that's a really big factor behind that, is that we're respectful because you get your message across, and there's no.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it. And like I said, you're surrounded by like-minded people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all you want. That's all you want. And that's, I think, what's been taken away from the old White Hart Lane, where you come to the new whatever you want to call it now, Super Bowl arena. I don't know, the Beyonce arena, but it's not a football stadium. We all know that.
Yeah. No.
It's not a football stadium anymore. You have a better atmosphere in the pub before the game than you do in the game.
Yeah, it's a fair point. It is a fair point. And appreciate it, Jack. It's a great call, mate. And like I say, really well put across. So yeah.
No, listen, perfect.
Thank
Listen, I'll follow you all every step of the way, and we'll be there, and we'll do it, and eventually our voice will be heard.
And we loved your band.
Onwards and
100%.
upwards.
Brilliant.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. All the best, buddy. Have a good evening. Okay, I'm going to add two more on, and then we've got Susie and Johnny, and then.
I think Johnny's spoken, so we've got another one down there who hasn't. It was just Spurs you, I think.
Spurs, yeah, okay, I'll add him because Warren Tocky, we haven't.
He's just going to sing to us. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Next time, mate. We obviously do a space next week, so once
you can sing.
You can sing for us. Maybe sing a Spurs chant. Yeah, not a Liam Delap one. Right, Susie, I'm about to add you in. Okay, Susie, I'm hoping she is going to jump on. There was an error adding Susie. Let me try again. Add a speaker. Susie, you there?
No, it's not coming up. We got Spurs you, I think.
Yeah, I'll add him on, and then we'll try and go back to Susie. Spurs you, are you there?
Yeah, we're connecting. Yep.
Yep. Spurs you, are you there? I'm
good,
buddy. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. Cool, man. Just a quick one. I know it's nearly 9 o'clock. Cheers for Sunday. Really appreciate it. I live in Tottenham. I'm around the corner from the stadium. I was live streaming on my Facebook. We've got 143,000 followers.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had about 200-300 people watching live while I was down there. I've saved the video, pinned it to my page as well.
Amazing. Thanks for that.
No, it's all right, man. Thanks to what you guys do as well, man. It's much appreciated.
You guys are just as important as we are, you know.
Because you're getting
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about. A quick thing to jump off the social media side was maybe getting some posters printed out about when we're looking at doing the next one and putting them around to local businesses, up in the area, in pubs and stuff like that, maybe.
That's a good idea.
So people that don't have social media, I speak to a couple of the boozers around the corner, a couple of the shops if they're willing to get involved.
We did have
places
an issue
like
with a couple of pubs that said no to. I think Jay is Jay still here. I don't know, he's gone. That said no to any kind of levy out stuff. So we'll have to find out who's on board and who's not.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, people like Chick King have had a bit of aggro with the Tottenham planned Project West and on the High Road and stuff. Those guys may be on board of trying to do something against the club as well. They've got a bit of a grievance with them. But yeah, it's just more the people that aren't on social media as opposed to the people that are on it and the local community
if you
as well.
know the area really well and you know who to contact and who not, just let me know in the DMs and we'll sort it out.
Yeah, I'll drop you a DM with my details after this fight. I've got you followed anyway.
Brilliant, that's great. Appreciate that.
And I don't mind doing a bit of walking up the High Road and having a chat and saying, especially a lot of the businesses that trade on match days, they get a lot of people coming in and out of their units. Even the people that we ain't processing on that day, if we've got something 2-3 weeks beforehand, they don't mind lobbing up. I can print off some stuff at work.
Exactly, it's another way forward. We need to look into this again because not everyone uses social media. I've got mates that aren't on social media, so we need to find other avenues. That's a good plan.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, no worries.
Amazing. Thank you so much for dropping in. Appreciate it.
All right, so I'll drop you my details. Cheers again, guys. Much appreciated.
All the best. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
See you, mate. All right, Susie's back, so I'm going to add Susie in now. Hopefully she can speak this time.
She's connecting. No, hello, she's here.
Susie, you there? Susie, are you there? You can speak now.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah, I
hello.
am. Can you guys hear me?
how you
Hey.
doing?
Good evening.
Yeah, good news.
Yeah, very well, thank
It
you.
was
Thanks
just,
for coming on.
oh, no worries. It was just a quick one, just in terms of, I know everyone keeps going on about the scarves and like the hats and stuff,
Yeah.
which I know kind of in terms of just to take the onus off of you guys, perhaps for your next protest is just to encourage everyone to wear like an item of yellow. So whether it be a beanie, a cap, a t-shirt, just I think the impact that you will kind of see just a sea of yellow,
That's
and
another
sort of
great
any
idea.
posters that people make and stuff. Just that my point is that then takes off the onus that you guys don't have to do it, and it's just everybody can do something for themselves
Another old
and not
shout.
have to worry
Yeah.
about one supplier as such.
Yeah, that's a great idea actually, because beanies
Yeah.
are quite easy to get hold of, aren't they? Really, and yellow t-shirts, and it'd be a bit warmer.
Yeah, and people might have stuff at home already
Yeah,
that's yellow, like
exactly.
jackets or just anything really that's yellow.
Billy's already set up. He's got his boiler suit. But he's just
Yeah,
listening at the
exactly.
moment.
He has, yeah. He has. H, you can wear one. You can cover those grey hairs with
Well,
beanie
they're
hat.
not actually grey, but I felt like I was going grey, but it's fine. Don't age
That's
me
a good
yet.
point, Susie. That is a
Anyway,
good point. Like
Susie,
you
that's a
make.
brilliant idea. Actually, I will look into that because yeah, everyone can have something yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susie. Thanks for coming on.
Johnny says he's got another point to make
Okay.
if we have time.
Last caller. Yeah, Johnny, you'll be the last one on, and then.
I was about to get me bedtime tea, Johnny. Hurry up.
Yeah, Johnny,
Joking.
when it adds you in, mate, 'cause you've got another point to make, which is fine. So, Johnny, are you there?
Hi, just very quickly, guys, because I know you want to wrap up. I just wanted to say one thing that I forgot in my ramble before was just that when I'd gone into the stand and people had seen my scarf, they came up to me and they said to me, "Oh, were you at the protest?" And I said, "Yes, I was." I'd just like to say, the likes of Billy Cairns, Daigle, who I got involved with the protest right at the beginning. We used to turn up outside the stadium, and there wouldn't be that many of us. And I think there was this perception from some of the people that the whole thing was a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
And so, I went back into the stand and they saw the scarf and they asked me and they said, "Oh, I heard there was like, couple of thousand, 2,000 or 3,000 people there. I didn't realize it was going to be big and all the rest of it." So I said to them, "So what do you think about Liv? Are you happy with it?" And they said no. So I said, "Why didn't you go to the demo though?" And they said, really sort of in an embarrassment that we'd go down there.
There is
And
a lot of snobby around that, snobby around it. I will agree, because when I've spoken to people, obviously I speak to them a lot. They're kind of like, they're associated with something that can entirely that we're not about or what I've ever been about. And I think that's sometimes been brought on by social media. So, that's why I'm always very much respectful, have an open conversation. We've all got different opinions, because these bench sitters will get up and move in our direction because they're not happy. Even though they'll argue the point that it's fine, they're not happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Johnny, for making that point. That's again another great point. So much appreciated. Is he still there? No. Well,
No, he's gone. I
He's
probably
gone.
chewed his ear off again. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys,
we
I do
have.
talk
Yeah.
too much.
Well, that's worked out quite well, to be fair. So we're only like 3 minutes over, but obviously we'll make a couple of points before we go. Obviously, just to thank everyone again for Sunday. Massive, massive appreciation from our side, and what a turnout. Beyond our expectations. I think we can all agree on that. There's going to be another host on Monday. Heidi's going to obviously send a tweet out about it. We've got a special guest on, which we're going to discuss a bit more in depth about the protest, and also about how it can potentially affect the board and what we can do to push forward. And then I think, as Heidi mentioned again, I don't know if you want to say it, H, about next week, a bit more in-depth conversation about.
Yeah, next week we're going to why we I do put stub things under the trust, and why we put that letter. There is reasons behind everything what we do, but when it all comes together and it bangs, then it'll make sense. But sometimes people do question what we do along the way, but there's always a strategy and a plan, believe me.
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll get that. Obviously, we'll get the one out about Monday. We'll probably put a tweet out on it tomorrow, and then obviously the one next week that H is talking about. We'll get that.
We
at some
need
point.
Roops for that, so we'll have to type it around Roops. So it might be a bit later, might be about 9
Yeah.
o'clock start, depending on his timetable.
Yeah.
Because he's very important in driving that forward.
Well, he is. What I'll do, obviously, if I'll have you both as co-hosts, and you can kind of lead the way on this and open the discussion to
You
everyone.
can chat about caps. Yeah, great.
I
Anyway,
will do as
guys,
well.
I'm going to love
Right.
you and leave you.
Yeah. Thanks
Because
for
I've had a very long
tuning in.
week. All right, speak to you soon. Bye.
CH, thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's much appreciated. Again, thanks so much for your support. We go again, and yeah, we'll catch up again on Monday. Have a great evening, and come on, you Spurs.